When this is all over said and done, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind for your next generations? Hey, I'm Jason Cheney.
And I'm Cece.
And we're a husband and wife team, and we're dedicated to helping you reclaim your physical and financial health. So today, on today's installment of Chat with Cheney, we have a very, very serious topic, legacy. And so not just legacy, but what type of legacy do you want to leave behind for the generations to come? And what would you tell them? And so today we're going to actually share two things that we would actually share with our legacy and to keep the generations going. And so let's kick it out to Cece.
All right, so this is a really cool topic. Jason and I were kind of thinking, what do we want to talk about on Chat with the Cheneys today? And I thought, what about this legacy thing?
Yeah.
So one of our mentors did a training for us in our entrepreneurship community, and they were talking about their family, right? He has two nephews that are now college age, right? From boys to men, right? And they decided as a family that they wanted to pass some important life lessons down to them. So they got grandpa involved and aunts and uncles and mom and dad, and they all came together and put together a capsule. They did like a PowerPoint full of life lessons, things like how to handle relationships, marriage and business and money and all of these things that I thought was really powerful. And I kind of looked at Jason and I was like, people do this? Like, what? My mind was blown because one, I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and two, I was like, dang, my parents aren't here and they didn't leave me something like this. So I thought, wow, that's really powerful. And then when we were talking about Chat with the Cheneys today, we said, we don't have kids of our own. We don't have a generation to pass a message out to, but we have you and we love you. And we thought we could share some important lessons that you can use in your own life as well. So that's what we're doing today, Jason. So what lesson would you like to share?
The lesson I would like to share, and before I say it, just to give you a quick background, we're not trust fund babies. Yeah, people say oh, you're living in paradise, you live overseas, you just left the United States and quit your job. It wasn't easy. And it was a sacrifice. And we went broke twice. But with all that said and done, is anyone can do this. Anyone. And with this one, it's funny because every last one of my mentors, high performance coaches, people that I look up to, whether it's Damon John, Judge Lynn Toller, Ray Higdon, oh man, I just forgot his name. Robert Kiyosaki. He gonna get me on that one. But all of these people, none of them came from wealth. None of them came from money. None of them came from a very supportive family. What got them where they wanted to be was one thing: mindset. Mm-hmm. They had the mindset that they wanted to be successful in life, no matter what.
Yeah.
And Robert, I read Robert's books every day. I listen to him on audio. He talks about it, 9 years old. He told his dad, "I want to be rich." And after that, he literally at 9 years old went to his best friend's dad, who was an entrepreneur, and said, "Teach me business. I don't want to have to work for a check and be poor." And I'm talking about at 9 years old, that is a mindset. I'm 37 now, and I'm just now starting to get that type of mindset. That is amazing. And so for me, what the mindset is, it goes to, there's nothing you can't do in this world. No matter what your limitation is, no matter what people are telling you, no matter what your education level is, no matter what the color of your skin, your religion, there is nothing in this world you cannot do until you say you cannot do it. Mm-hmm. And without getting emotional, for me, this is very, 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 it hits home for me now because not only did I grow up in not the best communities, my mom and dad are both alive. But my father, I never met him a day in my life, and he lived literally less than 3 blocks away from me. Think about that. That's the type of neighborhood I grew up in. And I'm grateful for that. It used to be days I was resented. I was so angry, I could go kill that ML. How could you do this? How could you leave a boy behind? But I'm so grateful now. And the reason why I'm so grateful for him is because my mindset changed. I am no longer that person that's angry, that's full of resentment, full of as much resentment. Let me not say I'm not, because I am still
working
getting
on
better.
it. Yeah.
I still have areas to get better. I'll share that story with you tomorrow. But I'm grateful for it. Everything, the drug dealers in my life, the pimps, the prostitutes, the people that picked on me, everything in my life I am so grateful for because it led me to this day today. And there's still people in my neighborhood when we're able to go back, they still know me. Cece's seen them, and she's like, wow, you really live here. And it's like, it is what it is, but it's to show you that like anybody can be successful, and with a proper mindset. Really think about this. Let's take social media. We live in the world of social media. What if we lived in a world where people trolling your accounts was like, hey, Cece, you looking good, girl, get it. You glowing today. What kind of world would that be if your troll is positive? Like,
hard to even imagine.
Yeah,
it's
like
hard to even imagine.
So many of us can't even imagine it. Like, even when like I see someone do something or they have a celebration, I'm like, hey, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Like, send a cute meme or a gift. And people are like, oh man, thank you so much. And I'm like, why isn't more people doing this in the world? It's the mindset. How many of us are living trying to compete with one another instead of lift one another up? We don't have to compete. There's so much of everything to go around this world. If a young boy from the inner city can make it and now live in another country being an expat and trying to reach his dreams of being more and provide more to this world, why can't you? And just so you know, like I don't want people to thinking that what I've been through is difficult. It's all relative. The law of relativity, everybody has a difficult life. I personally feel Cece had a worse upbringing than me because she lost her parents. I didn't have those loving parents like her mom, and I didn't get the chance to meet her dad, but I yearned for that my whole life, to have a mother that loved me, to just hold me, say, hey, I love you, and not being something physical. And when her mom lost, like, I felt like I lost something I could never get. But now I know that I can.
Yeah.
Because it's inside of me, and that's because of my mindset.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry, I went a little deep there.
That was powerful. That was really powerful.
And what about you, CC?
You know, I'm just going to chime off of what you said here, because I think that you bring up some really good points about the mindset that we have, right? And the way that we attack life. Jason is right. I lost my parents at a young age. I definitely don't think that I had an easier upbringing. Because I had really great parents. I mean, my dad struggled with alcoholism, and that was very difficult as a child to deal with. And my parents were immigrants, and they did not understand how America works, and they did not understand money, and they did not understand a lot of things. And they weren't able, I mean, they taught me many things, but they weren't able to pass a whole lot along because we all thought we would have more time. And as you're talking about this idea of mindset and, you know, really recognizing that you can be more. You know, Les Brown says, it's possible. You know, I watched that just yesterday, and that's a mindset, to believe that it's possible for you to be more, to believe it's possible for you to show up in the world a different way, to believe that you are capable of doing these things. That's all about your mindset. And Jason and I really struggled for a long time with not the best mindset. We had sort of a negative orientation. We thought life was happening to us, and we didn't have much control over it. And at some point, we had to make a decision that we could continue to live in our history. We could continue to live out these old patterns of our families, or we could set a vision, we could cast a vision for our lives and decide to do something different. That's why we moved across the world. That is why we decided to take our health back. That's why we got into business, because we casted a vision that we could be more, and we could do more, and we could show up in a different way. And you have that same capacity, you have that same ability. It is possible for you, should you decide that you're okay with getting a little bit uncomfortable and starting to radically change your mindset.
Ooh, man, we hit you deep today. I hope you brought your pen and paper. But like, it's mindset. Like, I want to break down 3 words that you should have heard in this right now: mindset, decision, and vision. Those are the only 3 things you need in life. That's the trifecta for success: mindset, decision, and vision. You cannot get success with any one of those missing. If one's missing, you're going to be missing something in life, and it's going to show up. And that's something that we really, really care about. And so that's why we're bringing this to you. And so let's go ahead and end it. CC, before we... I know this is a deep one. You got a lot of notes.
This was a good one. Thank you so much for joining us for this today. We want to hear what message you want to pass down to the next generation, what message you want to get out there into the world. Drop those down in the comments below. Join the conversation with us. And if you're somebody who's saying, you know, I've been struggling with a negative orientation, I've been struggling with my mindset, I'd like to transform that a little bit, shoot Jason or I a message, and we are going to send you some resources to help you on that journey. Otherwise, we look forward to chatting with you soon.
Ciao.
Ciao.